with the crowd behind him. Screen from Haslett. Vincent with the drive. Strus from the corner.
The second player I want to highlight in this series is Miami Heat shooting guard and three-point sniper Max Strus. Strus fits the profile of a hidden gem player as someone who's been overlooked at every step of his career, forcing him to take an unconventional path to get where he is today. Without any Division I offers coming out of high school, Strus started his college career at Division II Lewis University, quickly dominating the competition as a freshman. After a couple years there, he had little left to accomplish. He transferred to DePaul after his sophomore year, looking to take on the challenge of playing Division I basketball in the highly competitive Big East. For a struggling DePaul program, Strus became the go-to guy out of the gates, displaying his full offensive arsenal, most noticeably his flamethrower ability from distance. His senior year, he was named second-team All-Big East after averaging 20 points per game on a ridiculous 9 three-point attempts per game. Playing for a relatively weak DePaul team, Strus didn't get much attention on a national level and consequently didn't catch the attention of many NBA scouts. There was likely the assumption that someone like Strus was simply putting up good numbers on a bad team and was not that impactful. What they astonishingly overlooked was that he has an elite skill that was a no-brainer to translate to the next level. Whether it was high school, Division II, Division I, or eventually the NBA, Strus has always possessed arguably the most important skill a player can have: shooting. The scouts failed to recognize this at the time, as Strus would go undrafted in 2019. He signed a training camp deal with the Celtics, who cut him before opening day, and then signed with the Bulls, who assigned him to the G League for the 2019-2020 season, where Strus unfortunately tore his ACL. At the start of the 2020 season, Strus found the perfect home with the Miami Heat, an organization known for developing under-the-radar talent that other teams fail to recognize. He had ups and downs that first season with the Heat, but he proved to them that he was an NBA caliber player. The Heat showed their confidence in Strus after that first season, signing him to a 2-year contract before the start of the 2021 Summer League. Especially after signing his deal, Strus went on to dominate the Summer League. Most noticeably, he was tasked with being the primary ball handler during that Summer League stint. Drawing from his experience in this role in college, Strus showed that he can be more than just a spot-up shooter, flashing his playmaking and ability to create his own shot. Momentum was building toward a breakout 2021-2022 season for Strus, but with a lot of high-quality depth on the Heat roster, the battle to major playing time was still yet to be won. After seeing steady backup minutes for the first couple months of the season, Strus's opportunity to shine came around late December, around the same time the COVID outbreak left the Heat without some of their key players for an extended stretch. He saw his first start of the year in late December due to COVID absences, which is when his game started to really take off. In back-to-back games against the Pistons, he took full advantage of the chance to showcase his ability, looking like a near all-star caliber player for that short stretch. Strus is a standout shooter, not just because of his elite catch-and-shoot ability, but the way he can maintain great efficiency on a variety of looks, including off of movement, as well as a bit of self-creation. Strus's ability to square himself to the basket quickly off of movement in either direction is what makes his shooting a deadly weapon for the Heat. Whether it's off a screen or flaring out to relieve his teammate of the double team, his movement adds an additional layer to the threat of his shooting. Unlike a lot of shooters who have difficulty creating space on their own, Strus is capable of generating a shot for himself even if it's not a spoon-fed wide-open look. Here he takes advantage of the undisciplined closeout from LaMelo and drops him with the quick jab step. Once again, there's no clear shot off the catch, so he hits Westbrook with a quick move and leaves him backpedaling. Defenders are often caught off guard by the creation ability Strus has relative to other shooters who are reluctant to put the ball on the floor. Looks like they may have to update their scouting report. Defenders that overplay Strus for the shot risk giving up easy cuts to the basket, and every once in a while, Strus is capable of putting it on the floor and making a highlight play at the rim. His sneaky driving ability, along with the occasional playmaking out of pick and roll or double teams, make him a much tougher player to guard than a mere spot-up shooter. Strus is no slouch defensively either. In fact, his defense is the primary reason he's overtaken fellow Miami Heat sharpshooter and $90 million man Duncan Robinson in the rotation. Here, Tatum thinks he has an easy switch, but Strus is much quicker laterally than expected, allowing him to stay in front of the longer, more athletic player and even block his shot. He's not a vertical threat on defense, so his blocks and strips come primarily from the use of his timing whenever the offensive player brings the ball down low. Overall, the reason I'm so high on Strus isn't just because he can shoot the ball well. While very valuable, guys who can shoot the ball from distance are not that uncommon, but where the difference lies is how they generate their looks. Catch and shoot is a fundamental skill, but one that an excess of players have. Strus has quickly separated himself from another excellent shooter and teammate Duncan Robinson, in my opinion, not because he's a better catch and shoot player, but because Strus is more of a threat with the ball in his hands, even when not simply in a catch and shoot position. That, in addition to superior defense, is what's convinced the Miami Heat to keep Strus in the starting lineup to start the playoffs, a fairly controversial decision by the coaching staff, given the contract that Duncan Robinson just signed. The politics of NBA front offices typically force coaching staffs to play the player who makes the most money when there's a battle between two similar position players. So the fact that Strus has earned the confidence of the staff over Duncan despite this is a testament to just how talented they believe him to be. When the opportunity has been given to Strus to be a starter, he has consistently delivered, and I believe he has all the tools to be the next elite shooter in the NBA. I think of a guy with Kyle Korver type knockdown ability and shooting versatility, but with the added threat of some on-ball creation and superior defense. The road ahead for Strus will undoubtedly be filled with countless more challenges, but if his past serves as any guide, he's someone who will only continue to improve and overcome the odds, whether the experts take notice or not. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. And if there are any hidden gem players you think I should cover in the future, I'd love to hear your thoughts.